And that's it for this video. I'll probably do another one including the wireless Sculk sensor builds once the new update for Minecraft is released, as always. So that video was 8 months ago, and at that time 1.19 wasn't released yet, so I had to wait for it to be released. And now that it's released, like I said in the video, I can finally do a second part. So what more can I build with Minecraft Sculk blocks? 1. You can create a Sculk flower or plant with twisting vines, strip warp hyphae, Sculk vein, and item frame. And yeah, it's that simple. Much better if you create 3 or more variations of it with vegetation and flowers on the side as well for detail. You can also do this if you're decorating a house and want to add something unique to the room. This perfectly does the job. Or you can try a flower pot with warp roots instead if you want a more subtle look to the plant. Overall, you can use them for decorating, and I think they're both great for any type of build. Since we made a Sculk flower or plant, let's also create a tree that's made of Sculk. I mean, why not? For this, I used strip warp hyphae for the stem with warp buttons and some warp planks. And of course, a Sculk block for the leaves. It's pretty much randomized, it's not perfect, and it really depends on how you build a tree. I did mine a little tall with a mushroom-like appearance, and I think it suits the colors even more. Overall, it looks simple. We can add some hanging roots below the Sculk blocks as well if you want some additional detailing. I highly recommend it, and yeah, that's pretty much for this Sculk tree. If you're not a fan of custom trees, you can try recreating the trees in vanilla Minecraft, just replacing the oak leaves and logs with the Sculk block, Sculk veins, and warp hyphae. Looks great as well. 3. You can make a custom portal design with the Sculk blocks and Sculk veins surrounding it. This is pretty self-explanatory, and I won't show you the step-by-step tutorial of this as it depends on how you create the design and how you want it to look. In addition, you can create a small portal opening near the portal with the respawn anchor and crying obsidian, which adds a nice touch of realism to the surroundings as the portal is slowly breaking into the overworld. And before anything else, here's what the portal looks like at night. It's pretty amazing to look at because of the glowing respawn anchor and the crying obsidian. Number 4, you can shine a beam of light through the Sculk Shrieker by creating a beacon underneath it, making it look like a Sculk Shrieker beacon. Looks pretty nice, and if you want, you can add Steve's head on top of it, or you can place a dragon head on top of the Sculk Shrieker, which is better for display. You can also surround the Sculk Shrieker with cyan candles, which makes it look like this Sculk Shrieker has a strong gravitational force around it, which looks great. 5. You can create a really cool painting design, which I already made in the first part. If you haven't watched it, the link is in the description. This is pretty much the better and updated version of the painting, where I'm gonna be adding the new reinforced deep slate since it fits perfectly with the texture of the Sculk catalyst and created a really smooth transition between the blocks. So here I made 3 different Sculk paintings, and by far the middle is my favorite painting pattern. It just looks smooth and unique. I mean, they all are. You can do it with or without the trapdoor frame. It really depends on your preference. You can experiment and have fun with this, create more designs, and so on. Another way of using the reinforced deep slate with the Sculk catalyst is by creating a chest for decoration. And that's pretty much it for the Sculk chest. What I like about this chest in particular is you can make an open version of the chest with some amethyst inside. It looks really nice if you're making some sort of a hidden treasure map or something like that. If this chest design is looking familiar to you, that's because I already built it in the pirate build hacks, where it's originally made from spruce and barrel. Once again, the link is in the description if you want to watch it. For number 7, you can place mob heads on top of the Sculk sensor so it looks like a levitating display. You can try it with your player head. It's a great way of displaying your skin. It also works with a dragon head, and what's cool about this is it moves as the Sculk sensor gets triggered by noise, which is a nice subtle feature of the dragon head. This is my favorite one so far. We can make a dragon snake guardian or some kind of creature by combining endstone bricks and every Sculk block. Once the body is done, it's time to grab the following blocks for the arms and the beacon stick you'll be holding. And that's pretty much it. That's our Dragon Snake Guardian. It looks great if you want to put it on a castle or a portal, something like that, because it fits well in that specific theme. So yeah, I don't have much to say about it other than it looks great. Before I move on to the next build, you're gonna need a debug stick which we'll use throughout the next builds. And once you have the debug stick, go ahead and grab a Sculk Catalyst from the creative inventory. By right-clicking with the debug stick, you can activate its blooming animations, which are satisfying to look at. And this brings me to the first idea of creating a dance floor that looks epic. With the animations, I think it looks great. Even if it's only one color, it still looks fun, especially when it's set to nighttime. This animation also reminds me of the dance arcade machine when you're playing and stepping on the controls, so I went ahead and created the machine with the 3 Graham paintings. By the way, that is the name of the painting if you didn't know. And then some endstone bricks backdrop to match the Sculk. Here we have some buttons, a sign, and an iron door for the insert coin. And of course the banner speakers, which I created with a gray banner with 2 black dies and a gray die. You can also make a radar machine for scientific stuff if you're building a lab. All you need is a Sculk Catalyst with an invisible item frame and a recovery compass. You can place it anywhere you want as long as it matches the theme you're making or a machine you're building. And lastly, we have the indicator, which is pretty much like the radar one, but it's more on sci-fi theme builds. You can use the blocks like slime, terracotta, and some other miscellaneous items to mimic a diagram of outer space. And in the middle is a signal that's coming from another planet, which is really cool. If you want to watch the first part, you can by checking the description below or clicking the information button on the top right corner of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do consider subscribing for more educational content, and I'll see you next time. Have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.